Chelsea had to swallow a bitter pill after being knocked out of the FA Cup after losing 2-1 to Brighton. Their hopes of winning a domestic trophy were dashed. Bart Verbruggen's own goal had given Chelsea an early lead, but Brighton responded with Jorginho Rutter's header and Kaoru Mitoma's brilliant goal. Christopher Nkunku performed disappointingly as a spearhead. Instead of being a threat up front, he often dropped too deep, making Chelsea's attack lose its focus. The result? He was given a rating of 4/10 by Football.London journalists, who considered Nkunku dropping back too often and failing to make a significant impact. However, the poor performance was not only Nkunku's. Malo Gusto was even worse. Facing Mitoma directly, Gusto looked overwhelmed throughout the match. Statistics from SofaScore show that he lost the ball 21 times, won only 2 of 12 duels, and failed to complete all the dribbles he attempted. Journalist Bobby Vincent even called his performance below standard all season and gave him a rating of 4/10. Chelsea must immediately bounce back. Next game? Back to Brighton, this time in the Premier League. Can they avenge this defeat? Chelsea have just lost one of their summer signings in 2024. Joao Felix, who was signed for £43 million, has left Stamford Bridge after just half a season. Why? Simple. He was rarely played by Enzo Maresca. In the Premier League, Felix only started 3 times. In fact, when given the opportunity in other competitions, he performed quite well. Finally, he chose to move to AC Milan on loan. Interestingly, in his debut with Milan, he immediately scored a goal. But there was no purchase option in this deal. So is this really the end of Felix at Chelsea? When asked if Felix was signed without his consent, Maresca firmly denied it. He said Felix was part of the team's plans. But about the future? Maresca answered clearly, "I don't know. It's difficult to talk about the future. What is clear is that he left because he wanted to play more. So, what does this mean? It could be that Chelsea are only loaning him temporarily. Or it could be the beginning of a permanent separation. Clearly, Felix's future in West London is now full of question marks." Ben Chilwell has finally officially left Chelsea and joined Crystal Palace on the final day of the transfer window. This decision immediately received support from former Chelsea star Joe Cole, who called Chilwell's move a big transfer for the left-back. Chilwell, who has only played 45 minutes this season, has often had injury problems in recent seasons. However, at Palace, he is predicted to get the opportunity to play regularly in a system that suits him better. Oliver Glasner's team is known for using a wing-back formation, which can optimize Chilwell's offensive abilities. Joe Cole believes that this move is a golden opportunity for Chilwell to prove himself again. According to him, with enough playing minutes, Chilwell can rediscover his best performance and even open up the opportunity to move permanently in the summer. For Chelsea, Chilwell's departure could be a profitable move, reducing the salary burden while making room for other players in the left-back position. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace gets additional quality players who can immediately contribute. Now it remains to be seen how Chilwell takes advantage of this opportunity. Can he return to his best form and become a mainstay at Selhurst Park? It will be interesting to see. Chelsea tried to sign a new centre-back in the January transfer window after Wesley Fofana suffered another injury. One of their top targets was Nottingham Forest's Murillo, but the bid was immediately rejected. Murillo, who joined Forest from Corinthians in 2023 for £15 million, is now valued at around £80 million after impressing in the Premier League. Although Chelsea came in early with a bid that would have been a record sale for Forest, owner Evangelos Marinakis rejected it outright as he wanted to maintain his squad in order to finish as high as possible this season. As well as Murillo, Chelsea also considered Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace, but ultimately decided to recall Trevoh Chalobah from his loan spell. Enzo Maresca is currently relying on Levi Colwill, Tosin Adarabioyo, and Josh Akempong at centre-back, with Benoit Badiashile still recovering from injury. Chelsea are likely to be in the market for a centre-back again this summer. Will they try to sign Murillo again? Chelsea have already started planning for the 2025-2026 season by including André Santos as one of the key players who will join Enzo Maresca's first team. The young Brazilian is currently enjoying a successful loan season with League One club Strasbourg, where he has scored 8 goals and provided 2 assists in all competitions. His rapid development has made Chelsea increasingly confident that Santos is ready to play at the highest level. Santos himself was brought in from Vasco da Gama in January 2023 for a fee of around £13 million, but has not yet appeared for Chelsea, having previously been on loan to several clubs. Coach Enzo Maresca also said that Santos shows great potential, and if he continues to play consistently, he could be an important option for Chelsea next season. Brazilian legend Juninho, who knows Santos well, also gave high praise, calling him a player who is very mature for his age. He even said that Santos has extraordinary physical and technical qualities, even better than himself at the same age. After a brilliant season at Strasbourg, Santos is believed to be ready for a bigger challenge at Stamford Bridge. Observers believe Santos has the potential to become a very influential central midfielder in the Premier League, and Chelsea will be hoping to get the most out of their investment in the youngster. Chelsea are reportedly closing in on the signing of young Sporting CP midfielder Dario Esugo. The 19-year-old has impressed on loan at Las Palmas this season and attracted interest from the Blues in the January transfer window. Initially, reports in Portugal suggested that Chelsea had completed the signing of Esugo hours before the deadline, but there was no official confirmation. After the transfer window closed, rumors intensified that Chelsea had paid €25 million to secure his services this summer. Chelsea also have Mathis Amugu, who is likely to be loaned to Strasbourg next season, opening up a space for Esugo in the first team squad. André Santos has also been linked with a big role under Enzo Maresca after impressing during his loan spell in France. Will Esugo be a key part of Chelsea's midfield revolution next season? Chelsea have finally included Cole Palmer in their squad for the Conference League knockout stages. In addition to Palmer, Trevoh Chalobah and new recruit Mathis Amugu have also been included in the squad for the competition. Palmer was previously left out of Chelsea's squad for the group stage to reduce his physical burden after a grueling season. Despite this, the Blues remained dominant in the group stage, earning a perfect 18 points, scoring 26 goals and conceding just 5. Now, with the opportunity to add 3 new players, Chelsea have chosen Palmer, Chalobah, who has just returned from a loan spell at Crystal Palace, and Amugu, who was recruited from Saint-Etienne. Meanwhile, Wesley Fofana and Romeo Lavia are still unable to be registered due to injury. With the addition of Palmer, can Chelsea conquer Europe this season? João Felix is set to return to Chelsea after his loan spell at AC Milan ends this season. Sources from Football Insider have confirmed that Milan are under no obligation to make Felix's move permanent, although the Serie A club are interested if he performs well. Felix joined Milan in January in order to get more playing time, something that he has struggled to get at Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. The Portuguese immediately made a positive impression by scoring on his debut in the Coppa Italia. However, his future is still uncertain and depends on his performance until the end of the season. At Chelsea, Felix was bought from Atletico Madrid for £42 million on a 7-year contract, but only made 20 appearances in all competitions, with 12 of those in the Premier League. Maresca preferred Cole Palmer as the main player in the playmaker position, making it difficult for Felix to get a place. Apart from Felix, Chelsea also loaned several other players such as Ben Chilwell and Carney Chukwuemeka. However, it is reported that all of them are not included in Maresca's long-term plans. Chelsea are planning to sell them permanently this summer to trim the squad and make room for new recruits. Will AC Milan decide to make Felix's move permanent, or will Chelsea let him go to another club? Let's wait and see.